Arrive at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Arrived.
Saan yung entrance? Doon?
Great, so you want to reduce the CO2 buildup?
We need a better safety margin. The crew can tolerate a short-term increase, but...
Engineering? Morning, Betty. What, right now? Building 36?
I didn't even know there was a building 36. Must be important. Everyone's here. We have propulsion, aerothermal, flight dynamics.
Anyone know why we're here?
For this. Good morning. We're going to create America's next spacecraft. It's going to launch like a rocket and land like an airplane, and it's going to be reusable.
Can't do that with a rocket. Now it's time to go to the next step. Sketch pad to launch pad. Going to the moon was a camping trip. Now our job is to work and live in space. This vehicle has to do something that we have never done before. Perform 4 key tasks and be able to do them over and over again. There is nothing easy about putting a ship back up into space, let alone a whole fleet of ships. But first, let's talk about the launch. We have never designed engines and vehicles that can be reused. But we will, and once we're in orbit, we go to work. We want to take all kinds of cargo up there in addition to the big. Let's build ourselves a space shuttle.
It's too big, it's too heavy, but we're launching one spaceship on the back of an even bigger one.
What if we split the booster into its pieces? Rockets, fuel tank.
It's supposed to be reusable. How do we get all those parts home?
What if we just throw the fuel tank away?
Ablative heat shields are heavy, and they burn up on re-entry. We need a more reusable solution. Silica foam tires, thousands of them, fitted together in one lightweight, reusable heat shield.
Another holdup with the engines? Tell me some good news with the tiles. I'll let you know. When they come home.
Fellow Americans with you. And astronaut John Young, the commander of the mission, replied, "That's a right fine speech. We sure appreciate it."
marks NASA's first manned test flight ever flown into space with people on board.
Approximately 5-minute point. Mark T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
After
roll maneuver into a heads down position. But with all that acceleration pushing you back in your seat, you probably won't even feel like you're upside down. About a minute into the launch, the aerodynamic forces reach a critical level we call max Q. Here, the forward thrust of the rockets is fighting the resistance of the air, and the shuttle is like an aluminum can being squeezed harder and harder. To make sure this doesn't happen, we throttle down the engines to maintain pressures we engineered the shuttle to withstand. Once you pass through max Q, we throttle the engines back up. It was at this moment that we lost the Challenger in 1986. So this is always a thoughtful moment in any mission. About 2 minutes into your flight, all the fuel is spent in your SRB. So you'll jettison them and they'll parachute down into the ocean. These guys were designed to get cleaned, refurbished, and then used again on another mission. Your ride will get a little less bumpy once you accelerate. So that's when you'll feel those G-forces. A few moments later, your ET will have spent all its fuel, and you'll be go for main engine cutoff, or MECO. Then you'll jettison the tank. We call that ET7. The tank will break up in the atmosphere on the way back down. It's the only part of the shuttle system that wasn't designed for reuse. Congratulations, you made it into orbit. That's assuming, of course, there were no malfunctions along the way. Naturally, we have hundreds of contingency plans in case something does go wrong. Take a moment to memorize these now. Got it all? Good. I might kill you, because all that low frequency vibration really stirs them up. And I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back down to T-minus 10 seconds. Those sparks are hydrogen preburners or sparkers. They help prevent a fire or explosion by burning off any excess fuel around your vehicle. At T-minus 6.6 seconds, the main engines will ignite. You'll hear a loud roar, and you'll feel a big rumbling. After the main engines start, you'll feel the shuttle sway forward a little, but don't worry. It's engineered to come back to vertical before you go. That's what we call the twang. You're getting a lot of power from those main engines, but you're going to need even more to get to orbit. That's where the solid rocket boosters, or SRBs, come in. These guys were the most powerful solid fuel rocket engines ever flown. The SRBs ignite when the countdown gets to 0. And believe me, you'll know it.